my guy. So if y'all watched my last video, y'all know that I was talking about how we actually live underneath the firmament. But in that video, I told y'all at the end that I was going to tell y'all what stars were. Now listen up, because this finna be crazy. So when I was looking through my comments, I seen a lot of people saying that when they look through telescopes, that the stars look like lights underwater. Someone also said they shake like ripples, and they look like as if you're looking through water. So I was looking at the comments and I was like, oh, they don't know. They don't know what stars is. Woo! Well, let me tell you. See, what y'all don't know is stars are actually dancing glimpses of light, interacting with the water above the firmament. See, when God made the firmament, he divided the waters from which they were under the firmament and the waters that was above the firmament. Why you think the sky is blue? Big bodies of water is always going to turn the water blue. Just like when you get in your bathtub, the water come out clear, but once it fills up the tub, it has that blue tint to it. See, I'm finna show y'all a video of someone zooming up to a star with their phone. See, those colors that you see coming off of the stars are based off a wavelength interval and frequency interval. Now listen to that word I just said, frequency. Alright, so now I'm about to show y'all a video of a scientist creating a star and saying what you need to create one.
This star in a jar is made when a sound wave is passed through a small bubble inside a flask of liquid. And this sound wave makes the bubble do something remarkable. First it expands, then it collapses. And this collapse happens so violently that vapor molecules trapped inside the bubble slam together and heat up so much that the bubble gives off an incredible burst of heat and light, several thousand times a second, giving the appearance of a star.
Woo! So key words: sound wave, frequency, water bubbles. A strong sound wave, frequency, creating such a strong force through a water bubble that makes it collapse and burst into light, creating a star. Now remember when I said that the color of the stars that keep on changing is based off a wavelength interval and frequency interval. Now God said, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He said, let there be light, and there was light, creating light with the sound, vibration, and frequency of his voice. The Word is God. He created those same stars using the frequency of his voice and using the water bubbles throughout the water above the firmament. His voice was so powerful that it allowed the bubbles to collapse, making dancing water glimpses of light. See, Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto came up with a new way to capture messages through water. He took samples of water and freeze them at -25 degrees. He'll then analyze the water after a few hours underneath a dark field microscope with photographic capabilities in a lab in a constant temperature of -5 degrees. He'll then test out different audio frequencies and human sound vibrations on each sample. He focuses on human vibration energy, such as thoughts, words, music, and how it affects the molecular structure of water. Here's some of his results and works of him doing it, using different sounds and words, creating different shapes on the water, as so. It's similar to the way semantics work. Basically, as the pitch and the tone increases, geometric patterns will form and become more complex. Semantics or sound frequencies in water resembles the pulsating pattern of what an actual star looks like when zoomed in. Different frequencies and sounds and vibrations in water created the different forms of dancing glimpses of light. book of Enoch also talks about how lightning comes from the stars, but they will not lose their form. The Bible also talks about how powerful God's voice is. It's the sound of rumbling thunder when he speaks. So remember, God spoke the word into being, and it was so. Such as words, speech, sound, frequency, vibration. His words created the stars within the water above the firmament. The same way that scientists just showed us how they made a star. Using water by adding a frequency of a strong enough sound and vibration. What sound is more powerful than God's? Creating water bubbles that collapsed and bursted into light is the same way that God spoke light into existence, using the frequency, vibration, and sound of his voice through the water of the firmament, creating water bubbles all throughout the water, that his word was so strong it allowed the bubbles to burst into light, creating stars, creating the dancing glimpses of water above the firmament. So always remember, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word, frequency, sound, vibration, speech, sound wavelength. Whew! What a God. So this is just an add-on from the video from yesterday. So someone told me that a lady made a video on here saying that stars and planets are actually angels, which that is true to a certain extent. See, as y'all know, I made a video yesterday saying how stars are actually dancing water glimpses of light from the water above the firmament. That's discussed in the Bible. See, the stars are dancing water glimpses of light. But the planets that are called wandering stars in the Bible are angels. Not all of the stars. Only the 7 planets, the wandering stars. I'm going to show you a video of regular stars zoomed in. Then I'm going to compare them to the planets, the wandering stars, that are mentioned in the Bible. So here's a video of regular stars, the dancing water glimpse of light. As you can see in that video, it had some of the wandering stars in there also. Now remember when I told y'all that space don't exist and we can't go outside the firmament of the earth? And also there's no such thing as other planets? And how all NASA taught y'all was a lie? See, without adding Earth into this equation, you have 7 planets. 7 wandering stars. See, the Bible talk about those stars. And the book of Enoch does too, which is one of the lost books of the Bible. See, in Revelations 1:16, it said he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword. And in Revelation 1:20, it talks about how the 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches. Now, those 7 angels spoken about in the Bible is Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Now, if you pay attention when you zoom up on the stars compared to the planets, you will see that all of them don't give off that wheel illusion. Most of the stars give off different looking frequencies, as so, while others will give off a different effect, like the wheels of illusion that's spoken of in Ezekiel. Not all stars are angels, only the 7 planets, the wandering stars, which is known as the Watchers. Also, not all planets, wandering stars, and angels look like the wheel of illusion in Ezekiel, like this one, or this wandering star.
That is one beautiful star.
Dearly beloved,
Dang, look
we are
at
gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric words, life that means forever. That's a mighty long time. But I'm here to
But one thing y'all can't do is mix up the word. Y'all cannot put the word stars and star in the same category. He uses the word stars in different ways. For example, the morning star. It precedes the day and symbolizes Christ bringing the gospel light. It also symbolizes the Spirit illuminating hearts of those who accepted Christ. The day star refers to the king of Babylon, who followed in the steps of Satan in wanting to become greater than God, which shows that all stars that are spoken in the Bible are not always positive. Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. The star spoken of in Numbers refers to Yeshua, Jesus, the King of Jews, Hebrew Israelites, which was recognized and followed. In ancient times, the stars was used as a guide to travel at night. As I said in Revelations, Yeshua, Jesus, holding the 7 stars in his hands, which represented the angels of the 7 churches, also leading the way. God also uses the term shining like stars, which represents those who have accepted Christ will have the chance to shine his light so brightly that they'll be like stars. Now you have the falling of stars, spoken of in Revelations, when it said that an enormous red dragon tail swept a third of the stars out of the sky and flung them to earth. Now many people believe that a third of stars were angels that the devil took with him when he was cast out of heaven. But that's not the truth. The falling of stars represents monumental upheaval. Now remember, he swung a third of the stars towards the ground, causing a great destruction. Have y'all ever wondered where meteors came from? Or falling stars or shooting stars? See, in Revelations, speaks about how a third angel sounded, and a great star fell from the heaven, burning like a torch. And it fell on the third of the rivers, and on the springs of water, the same way that the devil swung the stars from the sky, which created a burning torch that came to ground. It also talks about in Revelations that the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star from heaven which have fallen on earth, and the key of the bottomless pit was given to him. See, in the Hebrew Bible, the term star referred to all heavenly bodies, except for the sun and the moon. Stars are mainly connected to the light that Christ brings, such as the regular stars. But stars are also mainly connected to angels and leadership, the 7 planets, the 7 angels, the watchers. Also in Mark 13 and 25, it says, "And the stars will begin to fall from heaven, and the powers that are in the heaven will be shaken. The stars will fall and begin to hit the earth, bringing on a fiery torch, which we today call meteors." So always remember, a great star fell from the heaven, burning like a torch. Some are for beauty, as in a shooting star, but others can be for wrath, such as meteors. None of the wandering stars or planets are falling angels. They were thrown into the ground in the gloomy pits of the darkness, until the day of judgment. The planets, wandering stars, the watchers, are the 7 angels.
I'm feeling heaven's doors, open. Lord, I see you pouring out your oil and anointing.
So what she said is partially true. The planets, the wandering stars, are angels. But the stars are dancing water glimpses of light from the waters above the firmament.